Engineering and Technology in the Department of Instrumentation and Control. Today's our topic is different move function that is used in the PLC programming in the unit number 30, the data handling function. In the last session we will study about the block format of the move function, then we have studied about the block transfer function, then table to register and then the register to table function, and the last we will study about the different types of shift function that is used in the particular PLC programming. Okay, so using the shift right and shift left, we can easily shift the bit for this particular function. Now today's our topic is register rotate function in the move function. So whenever we rotate the bit for this particular register, that time we have used the register rotate function. So first of all, what is the block format of the register rotate function? So here they will given the block format of the register rotate function. In that we have used the two input IN0021 and IN0022, and we have defined the starting register HR0161, and what is the command of the register rotate? It is RR0210. So whenever we apply the input and the enable pin will be on, my register will be rotated from one register to another register. Here the example is given. If we have to shift or if we have to rotate this 16-bit register to another 16-bit register, that time we have used the register rotate function. We can also use the shift right register or the shift left register for this particular function, but the number of lines or the number of rung for this particular function is greater than, instead of we have to use the register rotate function. So if we have transferred the multiple bits from one location to another, from source to destination, that time we have used the register rotate function. So we have used the different types of move function. Using this move function, we can easily shift the data from one location to another location. Requirement of the different plant or the system, we can easily shift the data. Now the next and the most important topic is the FIFO function. What is the FIFO function? What is the full form of FIFO? FIFO means first input, first out. So whenever we shift the data, rotate the data or move the data, we apply the FIFO function. That means whenever data will be transferred, first data in and first data out. Same thing we have to use the FILO function. What is the full form of the FILO? First in, last out. If we can in the data first and we can out the data of the last address, that time we have used the FILO function. So rather than shifting the bit of information within a word, it shifts the data from complete word into the file or the stack. So two separate shift pulses are required for this particular FIFO function. The first one is the shift data into the file. Okay, if we have to load the data for this particular location, for this particular file, that time we can use the load the data, and the second option is shift data out of the file if we have unload the data. Because what is the function of the FIFO? FIFO means first input data and first output data. So we can also unload the file for this particular location. So two separate shift pulses are required in the FIFO function. Okay, so we have to study one by one how we can load the FIFO function and how we have unload the FIFO function. So first of all, these two shift pulses operate independently of each other. FFL means FIFO load and FFU means FIFO unload instructions are used in the pair. So if we deal with the 16-bit data, if we have to enter the 16-bit in particular file and then we have to unload this 16-bit data, that time we can use the instruction FFL and FFU. Okay, so FIFO function, FFL loads logic words into a user create file called a FIFO stack. So FFU instruction is used to unload the word from the FIFO stack. Okay, so in the same order as the word were entered, the first word enter is the first word out because we have used a FIFO function. So this is the actual block format of the FIFO function. FFL means FIFO load. Then next, in this we have used the different types of data like source, FIFO, control, length and the position. And then we have to decide the enable bit, done bit and empty bit. Okay, so first of all, what is the FIFO unload block diagram? In the FIFO load, we have used the source address. In the FIFO unload, we have used the destination address. Then control length and position will be as it is. Okay, and enable bit, done bit and empty bit. So what is the use of the enable, done bit and empty bit for this particular system? And what is the use of the destination, control length and position for the FIFO load and FIFO unload? That we have studied in the next slide. Okay, so first of all, what is source? Word address from which the data are entered into the FIFO file. That is called the source. Then what is the FIFO? Address of the file in which the data are entered. The address must be start with the hash sign. So FIFO indicates the address of the data and the source, it is the word address from which we have the data entered into the FIFO file. Now control. It is known as the R data table. It is a one type of table and is the file address of the control structure. The status bits, stack length and the position are stored in this element. Now what is the length? File length in the word. Specify the maximum number of words in the stack. So how many number of words we have to transfer for this particular file? So length will be decided. Next is the position. It is the next available location where the instruction load the data into the stack and the first address in the stack is the position 0. As each word is entered into the stack, the both FFL and FFU will increment up to by 1. So using the position, the first address will be start from 0 and it will be increased while we are using the FFL and it will be decreased whenever we use the FFU. Okay. And the stack is considered full when the position value that is equal to length. As we discussed in the timer chapter that the preset value is equal to accumulator value, we can get done bit is equal to 1. Same thing will be applied if the stack is considered full when the position value that is equal to the length that we have to decide for this particular FIFO function. Now the next one is the enable bit. Okay, what is the use of the enable bit? It is set to 1 when the instruction is true. Okay, what is the DN? It is known as the done bit. It is set to 1 when the instruction position equal to the length. That means if the position is equal to length, that time done bit will be 1. In whole program, done bit will be 1 at a one time. And when the done bit set to the FIFO is full and does not accept now more than one data. Now the also data in the FIFO file are not overwritten when the instruction goes from false to true. So done bit indicates that now FIFO file is full and we cannot upload more data for this particular file. Now the third one is the EM. It is known as the empty bit. It is set to 1 when all the data have unloaded from the FIFO file and it is indicated that now my FIFO file is empty, so you can load the data from this particular location. Okay, now this is the block format of the FIFO load. We have decided the source N7 10. Then always FIFO indicate in the hash file hash N7 12. Then the control is always indicate in the R table R610. Then we have to decide the length 10 and up to now the position is at 8. Okay, and this is the diagram of the FIFO unload. same thing will be done, but here we have to write the destination instead of source, and we have to use a FIFO unload file. Okay. Now the next one is the FAL, file arithmetic and the logic instruction. So the format of the FAL is file arithmetic and logic, control, length, position, mode, extension and the expression. So whatever arithmetic function that is used for this particular file, that time we have to use the FAL instead of the FIFO. Okay. Now some another command is used for this FIFO function. The first one is the ONS. It is related to the data handling function. It is often used when the push button input which is subjected to the contact bounds. When the input goes from false to true, ONS turns the rung on for the on scan. The ONS output stay on until the input goes from false to true. So whenever input is energized or input become true, that time ONS will be on. Okay, so the ONS output going from true to false has no effect on the output. The next one is the clear, CLR. Set all the bits in the register on word to 0. If we want to set the clear command, that means in the register they will set all the bits at the 0. It is useful when you wish to zero out a system before starting or restarting the process. If we have restarting the particular process, or if we have starting the new process, that time we can use the clear command for this FIFO system. Now the next one is the sweep. It is used when you wish to scan through a program or the portion of a program at the fixed interval. So the fixed interval needs to be longer than the scan time to the operation. So if the scan time is 30 milliseconds and you set the sweep time to 20 milliseconds, so the scan will be made every 30 seconds the scan time. Okay, so if you set the sweep time for 5 seconds, the program will be scanned every 5 seconds, which is longer than the scan time. And as you know, the scan time is the time that is required to scan the whole program for top to bottom and from right to left. Okay, so we have to decide the sweep time is less than to the scan time. So we can try in the every program to make the sweep time is less than to the scan time. Okay, so using the FIFO function, we can easily load the file from one destination to another destination. Also, we can also unload the file from one to another destination. Thank you everyone. If anyone have doubt, then contact me in my email ID.